Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel, and to all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video, and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of this video, guys. I have a ticker symbol to share with you that you won't want to miss, that you definitely want to add to your watch list moving forward. I mentioned it already on the Patreon. I mentioned it here on YouTube several weeks ago, and it's already up 20% plus. It's cooling off, and there's no better time than now as it's consolidating to go ahead and know about this stock and do more research. And I'm also going to share with you guys the opportunities we found this morning over at the Discord. We found 4 home runs, 20% plus on the day, and our 2 highest ones were 100% plus on the day and 40% plus on the day. It was phenomenal, and if that's something you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. So here we are with WISH, right? Stock, ContextLogic Inc. And WISH Stock has actually been in a downward trend and kind of consolidating right now, right? So WISH is in a position. WISH Stock has to go ahead and push back upwards because we're now below a 50-day moving average. And there's some important things to be aware of. WISH Stock has actually been in a downward trend, consolidation, and below the 50-day moving average. Those are like the 3 most important things to be aware of with ContextLogic Inc. And right now, ContextLogic stock is in weakness. Now, this is where opportunities start, when the stock is actually consolidating and not collapsing even more, because this was a collapse, right? But this has been sideways. This is where the opportunity starts before the next run. So some are looking at this as a setback, and others are looking at this as a setup before the next run. It all has to do with what your goal is and what your expectations are and how you're looking at this stock and this chart. Some are saying this could be squeezed again. Others are saying it already happened, it was a distraction, and so forth. Beyond the fact of distraction or if it's going to happen again or not, this is normal behavior after running so much. But what's interesting is that it's still up from $7. You know, there's that difference there of almost $3 and some change. So there is strength and someone's holding. And this catalyst is going to be the one that's going to take it up to newer highs, whatever that catalyst is. At this point, what's happening is sitting sideways is going to allow this to have a chance to jump up when the next catalyst comes. But what are the most important things right now? Well, we almost broke through some of the lowest points that we've seen here, and we've almost actually gone further down. So the bulls are losing a little bit of traction here. This is in tug of war zone, and there's some things to be aware of. So the first thing is the 50-day moving average, 1171. Anything below it is bearish, anything above it is bullish. Now, if the bulls accomplish breaking through that, the next resistance level would be up here at 1236. I'd write that down to keep that in mind. But right now, what's our support? Well, the lowest point reached in the day was 1020. If that gets broken through, I would watch that carefully, and it's pretty close to yesterday's low of 1013, and watch and see if the bulls try to reappear, if that gets crossed, or if the bears are tearing this down fairly fast. Now, if the bears are tearing this down fairly fast, the next support level I would use is $9, okay? That's an informal, and that's optional, but that's an informal support level to watch moving forward. Now, for the bulls to go back upwards, well, they need to break through the first resistance level, and that's 1113. And just because they break through this does not signify that they've gained control and that they're going to break through the 50-day moving average. That's just a stepping stone, and for us investors to know where momentum is going, as an indication that the stock broke into it and it's getting one step closer to the goal of 1171. Once that's accomplished and they do break through 1171, back up to this point, 1236 is the most important resistance level right now for the bulls to push upwards and pull away from the 50-day moving average, get out of this tug of war zone, and get out of bearish territory. Now, if you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community so they can receive the insight as well. And all I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time so that we can go ahead and see together the stock you want to add to your watch list and the home runs that we hit today over at the Discord, the highest one was 100% plus. If that's something that interests you, the link to the Discord is down below in the description, and we look forward to having you join us. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have to share with you guys today is one that I mentioned here on the YouTube as well as on the Patreon. And in that same week, it went ahead and gave us 5 to 10% opportunities. And since then, going till now, since May 16th when I first mentioned it, it has given us a total return opportunity of 20% plus. Now it's pulling back a little bit, sideways consolidation, and there's no better time than start watching it now before the next catalyst, or if it goes further into weakness, becoming an even bigger opportunity. We're going to talk about this stock in just a moment. We're going to look at its chart and why this is a stock you want to have on your watch list. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the opportunities we found this morning over at the Discord. And if this is something you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together to maximize profits and minimize losses. We look forward to having you join us. So we talked about CPI data a little bit in the morning, the 10-year treasury, how it spiked, and I was expecting it to cool off, and it certainly kind of did. And you're looking at stocks still kind of rallying and some kind of sitting sideways. But one of our first home runs that we caught early on in the morning as I was writing about this was MEDS, and it had jumped on the news that it had created a health passport app for iOS devices. That's basically saying for Apple, anything related to Apple usually has potential or some momentum. We caught it at 510. This went up 100% plus. We're going to look at it in just a moment. We caught ANY at 247. This turned out to be a home run as well. The other one that we caught was XIN. This turned out to be a home run as well. We caught HAPP at 178. This turned out to give us 3 to 5% opportunities within its weakness and jumping back up. This was our worst performer of the day. And Z, dogs with a Z, not with an S. We caught this one at 205. So this turned out to be a home run as well. Let's look at these charts and when I mentioned them so we can see together how they reacted. This was a phenomenal day. Dogs gave us 20% plus as well. So that was a home run as well, almost 25%. And here's XIN. We caught this one at 288, pulled back a little bit towards the bell, jumped up, giving about 5 to 10%, pulled back again. And after all that volatility, took off to a highest point of 20% plus. This was a home run for the day. That was awesome. Now, the other one that turned out to be the biggest home run of the day and this week so far was MEDS on the news with the app on iOS platforms. We caught this one at 510 in the pre-market. It was not cooling off. It kind of consolidated and took off right away, giving 5 to 10% opportunities on these jumps. Almost 20% on one of them. Pulled back down. I mean, that volatility right there, several opportunities, even before the pre-market going into the market, pulling back again, pulling back again. I mean, just back and forth, 5 to 15%, almost 20% jumps. But after that, it took off, giving anywhere within this range 20% plus opportunities and a highest point of 100% plus. This was phenomenal, and it's still up 86% on the day as I took this screenshot in the afternoon. Now, ANY is another one that we caught, and it turned out to be a home run for the day. And we caught it at 247, pulled back a little bit, hit the 230s, took off pretty fast, giving a nice 10 to 20% plus opportunity, pulled back again, and took off to a highest point of 40% plus. This was a phenomenal day. Out of the 5 ticker symbols, even DOGZ, which gave us 20% plus, we hit 4 home runs, guys. What a great way to end the week. What a great way to go ahead and start off Thursday through all the volatility and all the uncertainty of CPI data. But if this is something that interests you, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord. So, what ticker symbol do you want to add to your watch list? Well, this is a ticker symbol I talked about back in May 16th when we first talked about CLOV as well, when it was heading towards the 7s and 6s, right? We talked about this way back then. It was really interesting to me. I had circled a support level that I was watching. Anything in the 7s and even below that was becoming more and more interesting to me, because what we do here in the Invest for Tomorrow community is catch stocks before they take off. So I did state this was speculative. I said it there, and it gave us already 10 to 30% jumps the last times we talked about it, since it was going towards $7. Jumped up again, giving us a nice return of almost 300% for those that caught it at $7. Congratulations. But we started talking about this one pretty early. We talked about Affirm. I showed this one on one of my last videos, and this is already up close to 10 to 20%. And the stock you want to add to your watch list is ABNB. Let's look at this chart together. And when we started talking about it, we talked about ABNB back when it was at 141. It pulled back a little bit more. I was really looking for that because it was getting closer to IPO pricing. I didn't expect it to go that low, but it did pull back, and this stock is getting close to those numbers when we caught it. But right on the day when we caught it, which was May 16th, right? It was the weekend from May 14th to the 17th. It dipped down to 130, becoming one of the best opportunities that we have seen Airbnb give us. It gave it again in the same week, and throughout that week, it gave 5 to 10% opportunities in those jumps, consolidated, and took off now to a high of 152 most recently going into June. And right now it's in a downward trend, kind of cooling off. And there's no better time than to start doing your research and due diligence on a stock than when it's going back down. You already saw its weakness. You already saw its strength as well. And you can see in the chart that the opportunity is pretty big, and that may take months or a year, but this stock has room to grow, and it's changing the way we see hospitality and the way the business is done. And this is also an entrepreneurship type of sector, because a lot of investors are going to start trying to make their own hospitality ratings and opportunities through Airbnb, which is a business as well. There's a lot of room in this stock, in my opinion. This is not financial advice. I'm not here to tell you to buy, sell, or hold any positions of the stocks I mentioned. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on the opportunities I'm watching, why I'm watching them, and why you can start watching them as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.